We took our second hide that's in our pit and did a little test cut on it to check penetration progress. About halfway there. Grain side here, flesh side here. Flesh side wants to take up the tannin a little quicker. The grain creates kind of a barrier, I guess. That's what's happening there. Check that out. About halfway. Alright, so 3 weeks in the pit here. We've checked our hide every weekend. Cut a piece off and checked it. We've been strengthening our solution here and there throughout those 3 weeks. Take a piece today, which will be the 3rd week. Thick piece here, cut it off, and look at it again. You can see on the grain side here, our lighter colored line right there is getting very thin. I don't believe this one's tanned through all the way yet. It could go another week. Alright guys, a month later here on our second hide in our pit. Cut a piece off here on this thick spot, check it. Alright guys, here with our piece we just cut off. Looks pretty evenly tanned through there, nice and dark all the way through. Nice uniform color. I think we're going to go ahead and take it out. Alright guys, a second hide here out of the tannin pit. We did soak this in a tub of water overnight just to kind of open it back up a little bit, get some of that residual tannin sediment off of this. Pulled it out this morning, scudded it down on the flesh side here. It's not sopping wet, it's very moist though. This hide here looks like it's going to take a little bit of work to get this domed out spot here in the very center of the hide. I don't know why it's doing that. But we're going to try to slick this out and get that out. Got some rendered deer tallow here. I need to melt this down, warm it up and get it flowing again. We're going to put this on there, see if we can get a stiff leather for more knife sheaths and stuff. Alright guys, we got our deer fat here in just a little bowl of hot water just to get it loose again and flowing. Added about a spoon of this, a little teaspoon to it just to thin it down a little. Maybe the hide will absorb it a little better, I'm not sure. We're going to try it though. Deer tallow here. Flesh side. We're just going to slather this stuff on. I guess kind of thick, not too thick, but we'll see. It's already cooling down. You see it. I think you see that white streak there where it's cooled down already. Guess we're just gonna have to buff it in there really good. Looks like it's gonna take a little time here. May not have enough of this here to do the whole thing with. Alright guys, we've tallowed down our flesh side here twice, 2 heavy coats. 1 good coat on the grain side here. Still got a little bit of this stuff left just in case we need it. We probably will. I'm gonna go ahead and slick this thing down, starting on the flesh side here. I'm just gonna work from the center out, trying to get this hump out, get these edges stretched out. Still got some residual water in it. Definitely gonna have to oil this thing down again. Try to be careful and not crease the grain side too much if we can help it. Yep, this is going to take some work here on this one. Alright, so about 20 minutes on it here. This spot here is still there. It's being really difficult. I don't know if this one's going to be able to come out or not, if I'm going to get it out or not. Just going to keep trying at it. These edges have shrank up more than the center has, so they're a lot stiffer feeling than the center. So that's what's going on there. It's got shrinkage here, so it's pulling the center up to like a dome, a bubble or whatever. We're gonna keep going at it and see what we got. Alright guys, we've oiled and slicked down our flesh side here first. Flipped it over. Did the grain side the best we could. We've been working on this for nearly an hour. Trying to slick it out, get this hump out, the little bubble here in the center. Was not able to do that. It shrank down a little bit, got a little smaller, but still there, of course. So I figured what I'm gonna do is just slick it down just like this, so I can have more surface area to work with. Have more area to work with there. Good little flat spot there. Hopefully it'll turn out for some sheaths. Another little strip here on the side. And this little bulge here, we can always use it for something again later. So, I mean, I think that's the best choice I have right now, what we got going on. So, just going to come over here throughout the day. We're pretty much done now. It's just a waiting game. A slow dry is what needs to happen, really slow. We'll come back again later, a couple hours or so, slick it down a little more. May even add a little more of our tallow here later on, but we'll click back in throughout the day and get a few updates on it, show you what we got. Alright guys, next morning here. I didn't get any updates yesterday because you know, throughout the day or anything, because basically like watching paint dry, there's not really much going on. It's just sitting here in the shade all day, drying really slow. I did about midday when it got really hot and the sun come out, I did throw the tarp over this, let it sit for half the day. Pulled it off last night, let it sit. But that's it so far right there. Still getting these little discoloration spots here, lighter spots. I don't know what's going on with that. A few of them here. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I think one thing I'm going to start doing from now on before I put my hides in the solution, right when they're ready to go in the solution, I think I'm going to rinse them out. I don't do this normally. Wash them out with some soap, like Dawn or something, just to get, like, you know, degrease the hide kind of deal. Maybe it'll absorb the solution better, stop some of this discoloration. Not sure, I don't do that, so I'm going to do that on my next one. See how that goes. But that's it, guys, pretty much. Next morning here. Still wet. Midday, we're going to throw our tarp back on it. We may come back and oil this down again with some of our deer tallow. Same way we did before. Back with our second hide here after it's done dried up slow over here in the shade. Middle of the day when it gets really hot, I'll pull the tarp over it. I have a tarp on our table here. I'll just pull it over it, cover it, let it hang out real slow. I did not add any more tallow again like we thought we were. I think I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm not going to do anything else to this hide except roll it up and store it for sheaths. This is just strictly sheaths here on this one. But it turned out okay. Hump's still there. Pretty stiff with that tallow, unlike the olive oil. Pretty good, I like that. The spot here showed up later on as it dried up, a little color changing action there on the edges. I don't know why it's doing that, but I wish it wouldn't. Pretty good though, I think, for what we're gonna do with it anyway. Rolls up pretty good. Soft enough to roll. Slight bit of creaky sound to it, squeaking. That's pretty much it, guys. Our second hide there.